Hello, I'm Erik Christensen from the NLS Norway Relocation Group, and welcome to this episode where we challenge one of the most persistent myths in global recruitment, the idea that adopting English as a corporate language solves the problem of international integration. If you are an HR director or a chief operations officer at a multinational firm in Oslo, Stavanger or Bergen, you likely view your English-only policy as a competitive advantage. You believe that by removing the linguistic barrier, you have created a seamless, globalized environment where talent can thrive from day one. However, in the Norwegian corporate landscape, we are seeing that the language is often just a thin digital veneer covering a much deeper well of cultural dissonance. I'm here to tell you that an English-speaking office does not mean you have a culturally neutral office. In fact, the reliance on English can often mask the very frictions that lead to executive burnout and high turnover. The first hidden risk is what we call the Lunchroom Divide. While the official meetings and emails are conducted in English, the informal social tissue of the company remains stubbornly Norwegian. In the high-thrust culture of Norway, the most important work often happens during the pause, the 11:30 lunch break, or the spontaneous coffee chat. When your local employees are tired after a morning of high-stakes communication in their second language, they will naturally revert to Norwegian the moment they step into the canteen. For your international hire, this is the moment of peak isolation. They sit at a table where the jokes, the nuances of the weekend's cross-country skiing results, and the informal company gossip are happening in a language they don't understand. Over time, this creates a two-tiered social structure. The integrated locals and the isolated expats. Even though the work is in English, the belonging is in Norwegian. This social exclusion is the number one driver of the lonely executive syndrome, which eventually leads to the family demanding a move back home. A second friction point is the profound difference in communication styles that English cannot bridge. Norwegian corporate culture is famous for its directness and its focus on consensus, or in Norwegian we say forankring. In English, this often translates poorly. A foreign manager might use soft English corporate jargon to give a directive, thinking they are being polite, while the Norwegian team hears it as a suggestion that is open for debate. Conversely, a Norwegian employee's direct, unvarnished feedback in English can sound blunt or even aggressive to an American or British manager who is used to more cushioned professional critique. The language is the same, but the underlying code is completely different. This leads to a persistent feeling of being misunderstood, which erodes trust over the first 100 days. Furthermore, we must address the law of Jante or Janteloven. This cultural framework, which discourages individual boastfulness and acting as if one is superior to the collective, is deeply embedded in the Norwegian psyche. In an English-speaking environment, international hires often default to the high-energy, self-promotional communication style that is rewarded in London or New York. In an Oslo office, this standard executive behavior is often perceived as arrogant or un-Norwegian, even when delivered in perfect English. The friction isn't about the words being used, it's about the value system those words are representing. HR departments also frequently overlook the second language exhaustion of the local staff. Even when Norwegians are highly fluent, conducting 100% of their professional life in English is mentally taxing. This can lead to shorter meetings, less spontaneous collaboration, and a general toning down of the vibrant office culture as people conserve their mental energy. In the situation now where hybrid work is the norm, this exhaustion often results in local employees choosing to work from home more frequently to avoid the effort of constant English language interaction, further isolating the foreign hires who came to Norway specifically for the office experience. Finally, there is the retention risk of the family. If the company promotes an English-only bubble, the employee and their spouse may feel they don't need to learn the local language. This is a trap. Without the language, the spouse cannot penetrate the local job market or build a deep social life, and the children may struggle to integrate into local sports clubs or dugnad community activities. At NLS Norway Relocation Group, we help HR teams look beyond the linguistic surface. We provide the cultural coaching, language courses, and the integrated language paths that turn an English-speaking office into a truly inclusive environment. We help your international talent decode the unwritten rules of the Norwegian workplace. From the 4 p.m. exodus for family time to the nuances of consensus-driven leadership, we can help you manage these cultural frictions before they become resignation letters. If you want to ensure your English-speaking office is actually a high-performing Norwegian office, please visit us at nlsnorwayrelocation.no, nlsnorwayrelocation.no. We look forward to helping you bridge the gap between global language and local culture.